Hello, in this video we're gonna go over drawing 4.2 grill, and this is drawing from chapter 4, Discovering AutoCAD 2017 and 2020 for Dix and Riley. In this drawing we're gonna focus on how to draw the squares outside, and the square side is 5.25. Then we're gonna create another square inside and the circle. We're gonna put the center mark. Then after that we will create the polar array. So let's get started. The first thing we need to set up the units. Make sure here the units is decimal. To change the units, you can go to the application menu, and under utilities, drawing utilities, you find units. You click on it and you change that. Make sure it's decimal. If it's not, just click the pull down menu and make it decimal. And this is to precision, to decimal places. Now click OK. Another way to change the units, type UN on the command line. After that, let's create two layers. Click on the layer properties under layers under the home tab. Click on this little icon. And layer 1, I always recommend giving a name. Do not leave it layer 1. So here, let's make the squares. And I will leave that white. I create another one for the array. And I'll give that a color by clicking on the square, give it a color and hit OK. Let's leave the line type to continuous and line weight by default. Click on the square. It's here. If you do any mistake with the naming, you can right click rename and hit the correct one. So remember, always with right click you have some options to delete layers, to rename, or to create a new layer set current. So always remember you have right click with several options. Click square, make it current, and you know it's current when it has the check next to that. Now under the home tab, draw panel, click on the rectangle. If it's not there, click on the little arrow and you should find it. So click on the rectangle, follow the command line, specify the first corner, click on any point there. Now you can put dimensions or put at. Let's start with the dimensions. So I'm gonna put dimensions. The first dimension is 5.25 and the second is 5.25. So here you go. Then you put the direction and click on the way. And now after that, I need to create offset to create the second inner square. So click on offset. The offset distance here is 0.25. So I type 0.25, enter, then click on the square and click the direction. So here the direction is inside, then click. Here you go. I'm gonna make another offset inside to get the corner where to start the little square. So I click this again and hit inside. After that, I will delete this inner square since I don't need it. Now let's move on to the next layer. Get the array. Click on the rectangle again. You can draw the squares using line or polyline. So always we do have several ways to do the same job. But I'm doing that with the rectangle. So let's click on the corner. To get this corner correctly, as you see here, I have a little square in the orange, and this is the end point. This one, because I have the object snap on. I always recommend having object snap on and object snap tracking on as well. The object snap, if you click the little arrow, you do have several ones. For this exercise, we just need to use endpoint and midpoint. So you don't need really all of them, but you can check as much as you want. Object snap tracking when it's on, and this is F11. When it's on, you can get reference lines from the object snap to track the point. Let's see how we can use that. I need to draw a square, and I'll zoom in here a little bit so you see it I'll pick that point. Okay, so again, square, pick the point accurately. Now from here, you put dimension, and the first dimension is 0.5, enter, then 0.5, enter. Then see here, you need to put direction. Where do you want to go? I put it inside. So here you go. I draw the first square. Now I need to create this circle. This circle, I know the diameter, which is this symbol here for the diameter, which is 0.5. So what I will do, I go to the Home tab, Drawing Tools, and this is the circle. Pick the center diameter. If I do some calculations here, the distance is 1.5 from the center of the circle to outline. So if I have here 50 and 50 for the square, then another 50 till the center, 0.50. Now I will pick this point. Always you can draw more lines if you want to get some construction, but I'm showing you how to use the object snap. So get this point, track it. That's why the object snap tracking is on. I'll type 0.5, enter. Then for the circle, the diameter is 0.5 and hit enter again. So this way, I draw them using the object snap without needing any construction lines. If you need to put some construction lines to get the center, that's fine, but this way will save you some time. Now after I finish that, I could delete this square. I'm no longer needed. Now I need to create the center mark in the middle. This center mark, the first thing, as in the direction, we need to change the center mark variable. So let's type dim sun and hit enter. The new value what we need is minus 0.09, negative 0.09. So that's what we want. Now what we need to type for this one, dim center, dim center. Now after typing dim center, click enter, select the circle, and here you go. You got the whole thing. Now you're ready to create the rectangular array, but be careful to choose everything in red. Under the Home tab, modify the CD array. Here you go, rectangular array. Pick this one, the chair, the circle and the square, both of them. Now make sure you selected all of them, the circle, the center mark, the square, and hit enter. That will open up a contextual tab, getting some information. I need to change the number of columns. As you see here, you have 3 columns. So here you put 3, enter. And we have 6 rows. So put 6 for the rows. Now we need to change the distance here. The distance we have 1.5 between the columns and 0.75 between the rows. Here you go. This polar rectangular array, this rectangular array is, if you click associative, that will make it one entity. That means like you cannot edit one part of it. So keep it associative. If for any reason you need later to delete any parts or make some modification, so it should not be associative. So this is up to you. If you make it unassociative, that means you can delete and modify the rest. If you make it associative, that will make it one entity. Now let's close this array. And here you go. You have your array, and because it's associative, you will click on it and will open again to change anything. Keep in mind that in like later some exercises, when you create a polar array or rectangular array, make sure to make it an associative if you need to delete any part of it. If it's not necessary to delete, so that's fine to make it associative. If by mistake you make it associative and you need to change that, you can use the explode command. The explode command is here. It's not necessary for this exercise, however, I need to mention it. The explode, if you click on explode or X enter, you click on that, you can explode the array. You click on it and hit the enter. Now it will turn into pieces. Okay, so keep in mind that if you have an array, you can explode it to pieces, and that this way you can modify it. I hope that you enjoyed this exercise, and I'm looking forward to work with you again with another exercise. Thank you for watching.